Hello rockers! Today we're going to fix unresponsive fret buttons on a Rock Band guitar controller. Now if you're like me, you really hate people babble forever and start, talking about how great they are because they fixed it. I won't do that. Let's get right to it. First thing you're going to do is remove the batteries. I want to first off say that this is a Xbox 360 guitar controller, I believe from Rock Band 2 because it has a round fretboard. I think that's how you know. Alright. Getting right along. If you have fret buttons that do not register because you have to hold it down really hard or harder than you feel like you should, this is a great fix for it. I came up with this all on my own. First thing you're going to do, you're going to want to remove the red fret button because it's got a hidden screw underneath it. You're going to lift it up and out just like this. Now mine came up easier than yours probably will because I was an idiot and I broke it at one point. But that's how you get it out. It reveals a screw right there. Remove that screw. I have removed almost all of my screws to save time when showing you this. Tools for the trade, you're going to have a small Phillips head, small flat head, and a pair of tweezers or forceps, I think are better if you have them. Start removing these screws. You got your two small screws here and here because they have less body to go through. You have the ones on the outside of the body, all of those. Regular length, you have 4 long length. And then that will let you lift up this plate. Next, you need to remove this clip from this area. All you have to do is pick that up and grab it and pull it straight out. It will not hurt anything, don't be afraid. Move this to the side. Next, you have 2 more screws here and here. This one is much smaller than, well, not much smaller, but that is a smaller screw than that, so make sure you set them aside. Smaller ones closer to the strum board. Remove 2 screws on the neck. Next, remove the head. There is a release button right here. Push it down. Pull it out. And then you should have done all that you need to do to release this. Take the board, set it aside. That will reveal the circuit boards. There are 4 screws, including one that's underneath the strip right there. It's kind of hidden. If you don't know it's there, you might not find it. Maybe you will. I will remove my last one to show you what I found to be the issue in my guitar. So, tell you quick, these are the buttons. When you push them down, they make contact with the circuit board. That's how the game knows you're pushing the button. You got these little spider-like, buggy-looking silicone pads. I'll pull this out to show you what's going on. They have got a rubber stopper on the bottom. And the reason that is because this is what's called a normally closed circuit. You have a point A and a point B. All this copper is continuously, all the time, sending a very small current of electricity. And so, when you push down the rubber stopper, rubber does not connect electricity. Makes contact, interrupts the signal. That's what tells the guitar you've got the button pushed down. I noticed when I bought this guitar from a pawn shop, and they say they test it and all that other great stuff, but really I think it's just one dummy playing on easy mode. But anyway, if you're like me, that's not good enough. What I noticed for all of the buttons that were unresponsive when I bought this, and I think there was 3 of them, as I took this apart, I found that they all had a bit of space, like a gap like that in between. They're supposed to be lying flush like that because obviously when you push the button down, it may not make full contact with the board. So that's why you have to push the button really, really hard to jam it down. The easy way to fix this, you just take your pair of tweezers or forceps, grab these little legs, pull them through. Make sure you don't pull too tight because you could rip the silicone if it's old and kind of brittle after a few years. And it would be wise to go ahead and just kind of pull it flush with all of them. I've already done that on mine. Like I said, a couple of them were bad, but I've already done that just to show you. Now put it back together like that. As you can see, the buttons are flush with the board, so you should only have to push it that regular amount to make contact. I applied this fix, and when I put it back together and tested it the first time, it was fine. It was almost like brand new. So I noticed that these buttons have a clasp. There's a little bitty clasp right there that kind of holds it in. I only have one. Maybe you can't see it. It's a little fuzzy. But it actually grabs the button a little bit as it comes up after you push down. So try this. That might fix your issue. And all you got to do is just put it back together in reverse order, making sure when you put the button in that you get it down correctly. Put all the screws where they came from. If you have any comments, post them. I'll keep an eye on the video and then try to answer them if I can. Have fun.